man is back.
Oh, okay, oh my gosh, the ring got messed up. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have delivered.
This is your boy.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash True Inferno. Back at it with another Call of Duty Modern Warfare gameplay for you guys. And yeah, we got a little bit more information about a little incident that happened, like in October, I guess. But yeah, it was a while back. But not that far back. So what am I talking about? So here's the deal. Y'all remember the incident where the football player had a football helmet and tried to smack another football player aside the head with it? Yeah, we got more info regarding that incident. So, and I want to talk about it because it's kind of gotten serious in terms of the accusations that were made around that time, and those accusations came back now. So, let me refresh your guys' memory. I think it was a Thursday night game, nationwide televised football game between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. These are division rivals, and we all know my despise of anything Ohio. So, yeah, there's that. Well, Ohio was defeating the Steelers, Pittsburgh, pretty badly. But for some odd reason, near the end of the game, like the game was pretty much over at this point, like the clock was running out. I think there's not even a minute left of the game. It was less than that. And a defensive player by the name of Myles Garrett was going after, was this the second string or third string quarterback? I don't remember which quarterback position this guy is in, because Ben Roethlisberger is out. And then at one point in time during the season, they lost their second string quarterback. So they lost Ben's backup. So they went with the backup's backup. And I think that was the case here. Or it happened sometime after that. I think this was the third backup right here. Memory says it's correct. So the backup I'm talking about is Mason Rudolph. So he's the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers that was starting last year. I don't know what's up with their injuries and things of that nature, but that's irrelevant. So Myles Garrett goes after Mason Rudolph, turns to like tackling him hard, throwing him around, you know, like, but it was all legal within the play of football, within football. And Mason Rudolph had enough. And then, you know, altercation came up. And that's when the whole helmet came to play. Well, I think I talked about this back then because that was like pretty out there. That was pretty serious because we talk about using a helmet. Like, this ain't no soft tissue. This is a helmet to smack somebody else upside the head. Now, luckily, nobody was hit with a helmet, because here's the thing, and then what I mean by nobody was hit with a helmet is this. Mason Rudolph tried to grab Myles Garrett's helmet off of his head, but he failed to do so. But Myles Garrett was successful in grabbing Mason Rudolph's helmet. And then despite doing that, Mason Rudolph was still going after this dude, and Myles Garrett swung at him with the helmet. Yeah, towards his head. But he missed. So all that was going on. Now, here's the deal. Myles Garrett was basically suspended for the remainder of the season. So they had 6 games left. Nope, he was not playing in those 6 games. And another player, Pittsburgh Steelers player, not Mason Rudolph, he missed 2 games for stomping Myles Garrett in the head with cleats. You know, the pointy things that are underneath your shoes so you don't slip and fall while playing on grass, running on grass, jumping on grass, whatever the case may be. Yeah, he got suspended 2 games for that. So what about Mason Rudolph? I want to bring this up. So what about Mason Rudolph? Since, although, like I said, he probably had enough again, tackle, all that stuff. Okay, fine, so be it. But, you know, some people say he started the fight, he instigated the fight, and he escalated the fight, you know. So he kept trying to fight the dude. He was coming towards the dude. He tried to take his helmet, all this stuff. And he even had 2 of his teammates holding Myles Garrett back, like, yo, chill. But Mason Rudolph was like, they should have held him back. But that's beside the point. So what about that guy? He was only fined, if memory serves it correctly, $500,000. That was it. He did not miss any games. And I'm like, nah, he should have missed at least 2 games too. Like, he should have missed 2 games because in terms of him starting it, I'm going to let that slide because, again, he was getting beat up all night. And since the game pretty much over, he was getting beat up again. He probably had enough. Okay, fine. But the fact that, again, he instigated a fight and escalated a fight, because it was him who made it involve helmets. So I'm like, he should have been suspended too. But nope, that did not happen with this guy. But that's not what this is all about. What this is about is what Mason Rudolph is being accused of. So Mason Rudolph, who last I checked, is a white dude, a Caucasian male, is accused of calling Myles Garrett, a black dude, or African-American male, the N-word. So that's when things got a little bit interesting. So that's why Myles Garrett got so angry on the field at that point in time. Because, you know, he apparently to him, he was called the N-word by this Caucasian male. And even now to this point, he did an interview with somebody. And I guess somebody asked him the question, did you hear Mason Rudolph call you the N-word? And Myles Garrett said, yeah. You know, he said he don't like that word. He don't use that word. You know, any form of it, he don't use it. Things of that nature. And to him, he said that he heard Mason Rudolph call him the N-word. And Mason Rudolph constantly denied, no, I never do that. Nope, I never done that, blah, blah, blah. Well, I think this was Monday's edition of First Take. Mason Rudolph coach appeared on the show and defended Mason Rudolph, basically saying, no, Mason Rudolph would not do that. That's not the case, blah, blah, blah. And here's the kicker. Mason Rudolph coach is, what's his name? Tom something. But basically, he's a black guy, an African-American male. So if he's defending his quarterback, who is a Caucasian male, I mean, you know, there's that. There's that one point right there. Here's another point. The NFL did an investigation on this, and they have no evidence. Mason Rudolph called Myles Garrett the N-word. And actually, at the time when this accusation first came out, I believe I heard that no technology was present or something along those lines. It's something along those lines. And, you know, which is weird because, like, a number of these players are all mic'd up. They got all these cameras all over the place, all these type of advanced microphones all over the place. But yet, they don't have enough, like, they don't have the necessary equipment to find any evidence, or whatever the case may be, or not find any evidence. Now, that's kind of weird. But now they're saying, oh, there's no evidence. So, okay, so be it. And then you got Mason Rudolph's teammates who were trying to hold Myles Garrett back, who both of them were, again, black. They didn't hear no such thing either. So then there's that to point out as well. And the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach, believe it or not, even though the Steelers and the Browns are division rivals, the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach, who is, again, black, not only has ties with his own organization, but he has ties with Cleveland's organization. And basically, everybody came to the conclusion that no, Myles Garrett did not say that word towards, Mason Rudolph did not say those words towards Myles Garrett. So, now, but at the same time, Myles Garrett, he do have a really good reputation, you know, an honest dude, a stand-up guy, and all that stuff. So, what do I think about all this? Seeing how I am also a black guy, or really, I prefer to call myself an African-American, but that's beside the point. What do I think about this? Here's what I think happened. I think Myles Garrett just, misheard it. And it was even reported, or it was mentioned on First Take, that when you look at the lips of Mason Rudolph, I believe he lost his helmet. Yeah, he did lose his helmet. The lips does not scream the N-word, but the lips did scream the B word at some point during that altercation. Now, am I saying, oh, Myles Garrett mistook the N-word for the B word? No. Because, the N-word is 2 syllables, while the B word is just 1. So, no. But at the same time, I'm still saying that Myles Garrett misheard Mason Rudolph. That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with. Like, he misheard him, and he thought he said the N-word, but in actuality, Mason Rudolph did not say the N-word. He probably said something else that sounded similar, or whatever the case may be, or because they were inside of a packed stadium, and he got play. It wasn't just them two going at it with each other. There was other players right there. So who knows what I wasn't watching the game, so who knows what was heard, what was said in terms of like from everybody. And it could have like masked out what Mason Rudolph was saying, and could make it look like that Mason Rudolph said the N-word towards Myles Garrett. So that's what I think happened. This is a case where neither guy is not lying, like where Mason Rudolph did not say the word, but Myles Garrett thought he said that word, but ultimately he didn't. But he don't know that because he thought he actually said it. So that's what I'm rolling with. And you know, that's pretty much that. And it's funny because now they tell us, oh, Mason Rudolph could take Myles Garrett to court for assassination of his character. Like, is that a thing? Like, is that a thing? I'm like, bruh, where were you during the PS3 and the Xbox 360 days? Dog, people were assassinating each other characters online for years during that time frame. Like, where was you at? Like, really? Like, bruh, man, y'all need to grow up here, man. Y'all, like, this society is terrible, man. Y'all soft as shit. But that's what I'm saying about that. Alright, so basically that's my 2 cents about that scenario. And I'm about to call it a wrap. So with all that said, y'all know who this is. This is your boy New J Gatsby, aka New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.